we got a whole lineup of stuff. We got the Naughty Beaver. Well, we're going to do the FCC first. We got the Naughty Beaver thing and the WSO. What are these huge orbs around the Earth? Super bonus footage at end. So we'll check that out. I want to see how long. Whichever one's shorter, I'll play first. That way we can skip through them. Well, get through them, so we can see what's going on. I'm curious. All right, let's do this FCC thing.
The big game changer is that 5G will use much higher frequency bands than previously thought viable for mobile broadband and other applications. Such millimeter wave signals have physical properties that are both a limitation and a strength. They tend to travel best in narrow and straight lines. We do not believe that we should spend the next couple of years studying what 5G should be or how it should operate. The future has a way of inventing itself. Turning innovators loose, run the other way. If something can be connected, it will be connected. Hundreds of billions of microchips connected in products from pill bottles to plant waterers. We must reject the notion that the 5G future will be the sole provenance of urban areas. The 5G revolution will touch all corners of our country. A lot more antenna siting decisions by local governments and tightened our shot clock for siting application reviews. America's local governments will play an important role in determining how we fulfill this national priority. You can be sure of only one thing. The biggest Internet of Things application has yet to be imagined. Tens of billions of dollars in economic activity. And that's damn important.
Good morning, everybody. Naughty Beaver. So we figured out the riddle of the green eye thing. One of my contributors watched it through the night. Whatever this was, in the early morning, it faded off. One of my contributors watched it through the night. Whatever this was, in the early morning, it faded off, which tells me that it's something within the camera. I can't figure out the usefulness of it, but it was very self-explanatory once the morning came. And then the night after, I looked at it again, and it came back in the same region. So this is what we were looking at on the show the other night. Now, I took it down. I took the show down. I was going to cut it and edit it just to keep the funnies, because it was a good show. It was a good time, good last. But one of the things that concerns me is, and you guys might have seen it, I think it was on probably Secure Team. I'm just going to give an example. Right here, at UFO does something. This thing washed up on the shore in the States. And what it is, I believe what it is because I worked in the industry, it's a pipeline floater. So when they lay pipelines out in the ocean, these would circle around the pipeline itself. It's a foam ball that they would just slip over the pipes to keep it floating, you know, whatever, for whatever reason. It's something I've seen before in my travels. But the thing is the mainstream media, when they know something is deliberately false and not UFO, they will deliberately stick this in the mainstream news when they can debunk it. Because I saw this article on some of the mainstream going, oh, it's a UFO. And you know how you get the really, like the dumb reporter, well, we know what this is, and all those UFO people. That's what they do. Okay, I'd love for the CBC to explain crop circles and all the things that I've put out on my show, but you'll never see it, right? That's the problem. You want to explain how this got there? And the timing of the serpent coming back? Yeah, I don't think so. So that's why I just took the show down. It's nothing I'm embarrassed about. It was a fun show. But again, good eyes out there. We checked it out. It's disturbing. I don't know why cameras would do this, but if it just dims with the light, it's something, you know, it's whatever with the camera. I don't know why you would have a permanent camera that would have glowing green things. It must be some sort of malfunction. So we'll put that to rest. Looks like the stock market it's cooled down a little bit. Doesn't matter to me because it's not going to be here soon enough. I'm looking at the earthquakes. Okay, normal activity. That's not what concerns me. What concerns me today, and I'm going to call this show Leviathan, it's the symbolism, ancient symbolism, because it's coming to pass. And those of you that have been following my show for some time, and I took down all my older shows, right? I've deleted them because I wanted to walk away from this so many times, but you will remember this. And you said, yeah, this looks familiar from something, because I did a show on this. I did multiple shows on this that were very successful in the past. And I told you, in time, the world's going to see this. And I will remind you just what I saw. It was remote viewing, and it's right here on my desktop. This is an image that I put out with you guys. I know it's probably starting to ring a bell. Yeah, you had this up. I said it's the devil's horns. This is what I saw. It's significant in the end times. It's symbolism. It's a sign. It's a wake-up call, and not a pleasant one. And yet there it is now coming into view. And I'm just going to read. Inferior conjunction of Venus on October 26th. Venus will pass almost directly between Earth and the Sun, an event astronomers call inferior solar conjunction. As Venus approaches the Sun, the planet is turning its night side towards Earth, reducing its luminous glow to a thin silver. Astrophotographer Mariano Ribas of Buenos Aires, Argentina, took this picture on October the 14th. I'm just going to... There's the image, okay? This is what I'm implying here, because this is what I said we would see. This phenomena around the time when things are going to get biblical, I guess is what I could say. This is all I saw, but there's a second sun. There's a sun in this image. That was the thing that's neat about it. There's a lot of stories on the net, you know, do we have a second sun? All of this was tied in. So, again, I've proven this is something, it's, you know, with a crescent moon or something like that, if an image came into mind, it would be a different angle, right? This is not the moon. I could never figure out what it was. But it's the devil's horns. It's a symbol. It's an image that came to mind. It was something significant several years ago. I knew it wasn't relevant at the time, but in time, this is something that the whole world would see. Proving to be somewhat correct at this point in time. And you guys, I had quite a few views. You guys would know because I've gone over this image several times just to flash it to you, to show its significance. Now, in time, this what I saw, like, it's only images, but I'll explain something. This is what I saw happening in the sky in the coming years. Guessing somewhere around CERN, I don't know, right? These are images, but this is what came to me in a dream. And I had to search and find the image. That's when I put out the first show. Now, the significance is in the article that we're talking about Venus, and here's Nostradamus talking about the occult.
Venus covered by the sun. Under its splendor, an occult form arises. Mercury reveals them to the fire. By warlike din put to doom.
Now, this is Venus and the Sun. Like, this is. I didn't even really realize what it was. As I said, I'm a dumbass, people. I don't know any of these things, but I can put two and two together. Venus, the Sun, and the occult. So there's the imagery, like flawless. This is exactly what I had no idea what this was. It was just an image. These are the types of things. Like, there's an electrical connection. There's something. It's all to do with the stars. Now, Venus is going to be covered behind the Sun exactly 3.5 years after the great sign in heaven. If this seems to be in the foreground of the Sun, the opposite side. But if we have a second sun or, Nibiru, Nemesis type thing, dwarf star somewhere in the system, it can be, this is the type of thinking required. And there's nothing we can do about it as humans. But the significance goes back to a Nostradamus image, which is right here. This is what I did the show on.
Those at ease suddenly cast down. The world troubled by three brothers. The maritime city by enemies seized. Hunger, fire, blood, plague, evils doubled.
The three great princes of the air. What the Bible describes as Satan does not come alone. This is what I said. There's a symbolism here. This is a lot of people offhand would think, oh, it's Islam or something. Well, does this seem like Islam at the time? Like, this is where we had to expand our minds. There are beings coming to earth, more than just what the Bible describes as the devil. There's a trio of things coming down here, so I'm going to show you just how the symbolism is lining up. In the Bible, they talk about the three frogs of Revelation that come out of the mouth of this nut. There's all metaphors. They're metaphors for things, but we know there are higher dimensional beings. Here on Earth, they always have been. And in the future, hopefully not, if this is all sorted out. The imagery, where this all ties in, is coming back to Leviathan. It's an ancient symbol. This is Leviathan. This is the kind of the Kabbalistic cross. And the symbol of infinity. It's the serpent eating the serpent's tail. If you guys, you've seen that image lots through your travels. And this is again what Nostradamus was drawing in his symbolism, because there's the top right there, and the 6 rolled on the dice. Part of the devil, the serpent being attached to the cabal of the, this is the time that we live in. This is Rome getting involved here.